Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's Abraham Jenkins with Launchpad. Hope you're having a terrific day. Hey, I wanted to record this quick video for you to give you kind of a preview of this upcoming webinar that we're going to be doing with Salesforce about really transforming workforce development. And I wanted to highlight three areas, three themes that we're going to be talking about to really set a foundation for this upcoming webinar on Thursday, October 15th. And those three areas are demand-driven, customer-driven, and data-driven. And the reason that we wanted to highlight these three areas is because as we go out and talk with workforce development agencies, whether it's state agencies or local, city, county, regional agencies, there's really three themes that are coming out. And those three themes is what I talked about. You know, how can agencies be demand-driven? How can they be customer-driven? And the customer meaning the job seeker and employer customer. And then thirdly, how can they be data-driven? So I wanted to kind of talk about these three topics in advance of this webinar, share with you and preview some of the things we're going to be talking about so that you kind of have an idea of where this is going and what other agencies are talking about when it comes to the regional job clouds concept that we're going to be kicking off. So the first thing let's talk about is demand-driven. You know, we've really shifted towards from a supply-driven economy to an employer demand-driven economy. And what this means is that employers are creating more jobs than ever before. In fact, this year so far, there are more job openings than ever before in the history of our economy. So employers are in great demand for workers. And so this is increasing the pressure on workforce development agencies. And nationwide, there's really a move towards regionalization. So states are trying to figure out how do we support the regional level so that they can collaborate, workforce development, economic development, education, and really bring to bear all of these resources on the workforce development in a regional level. So that's really the Regional Jobs Cloud initiative that we're talking about. Number two is customer driven. One of the great things that we're hearing from the workforce agencies that we're working with throughout the country is that there needs to be they need better tools, better ways to engage with the job seeker and employer customer. And I think one of the things that stands out to me is that when, I'm recording this video here on my mobile device. And as many of you know, the mobile device has surpassed the traditional laptop or desktop computer as your customer's primary computing device. So employers, job seekers, this mobile phone technology is their number one computing device. And you need to be able to engage with these customers using these tools. And it has to go beyond providing a website or resources online. It really has to go to how can I deliver workforce services through a mobile device anywhere at any time. So this is another major trend that we are seeing. And then I think the third trend is really data-driven. How well are you tracking data when it relates to your job seekers? How well do you track data related to employers? And how well do you track data related to programs and providers? One of the things we see is that workforce agencies are really looking for ways that they can track their job-ready candidates and respond more quickly to employers. And so this has to go way beyond a traditional static kind of legacy case management system. Yeah, sure, those systems that are in place oftentimes can track the WIOA or common measure outcomes, but what we're hearing is that workforce agencies want to go way beyond that. And they want the ability to track real-time job seeker data and know at the drop of a dime who are the job-ready candidates that they can refer to employers. Secondly, employer data. How well are you tracking employer data at the regional level? How many job openings do your employers have? How quickly are you servicing the employers? We know that WIOA is going to be coming out with employer job-driven common measures. So this is another key theme. And then thirdly, program and provider data. And this is really relevant and important to a lot of the funders of programs because they want to know who are the top program providers in the region, how well are they servicing customers, job seekers, and employers, and how well are they measuring and tracking outcomes. And oftentimes we hear from decision makers that it takes months and months of time and lots of resources to capture this data from their service providers and training providers to give that information to the funders. So these are some common areas where we're going to be talking about on our upcoming webinar: demand-driven, customer-driven, and data-driven. So I just wanted to give you guys a quick preview. We hope you can make our webinar. It's going to be Thursday, October 15th, 10 a.m. Pacific time. Please feel free to register for this, and I hope this quick little video gives you a quick introduction of some of the themes we're going to be talking about. Thanks a lot. We look forward to your participation.